Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of What's That Pepper? Today we are going to take a look at the chocolate Primotalii. So in the name itself kind of gave it away. Chocolate Primotalii is a chocolate color, of course, and is a cross between a 7-pot Primo and a Fatali. And I've heard that this thing is extremely hot. A few people have said that this is hotter than anything they've ever had before. Probably hotter than a Reaper. I don't know, because anything hotter than a habanero is just too hot for me. But I love growing these plants because I make hot sauce out of these things, and I try a bunch of different things out of it. But also I just love growing super hot. There's so many different kinds, and every year I try to experience something new. So anyway, let's go take a look at the plant. It is a beautiful variety, and I'm growing this completely in hydroponic. So let's go take a look. Okay, here is a look at the Primotalii chocolate, and it is a beautiful plant. I grew this plant directly in hydroponic all its life. I even trimmed some of these back, and then I made some clones from this right over here. Look at this. You see the roots? So these branches here were from these that I trimmed because they were coming out of the grow light. You see here? That's the cut right there. So when you cut these plants, Chinense varieties, Thai varieties, you can dip the branch in water, just plain water, nothing special, and just wait, and it will root. So the fruits are pretty large, and of course they start out green like this here. This is a baby one here. And then it gets larger there. And then it has a little hint of chocolate right there. You see it? That one's even bigger. And then once it's fully ripe, you get a completely chocolate color right here. So I have a few small ones that were ripe before those big ones. So we are going to pick some, and we're gonna try it out today. Okay, so let's pick this medium size one here. I need to save this one for seeds later and maybe possibly some sauce. But as you can see, it's pretty large. The one back here is even larger right here. So they do get pretty big. Okay, so let's pick one here. Look at that. So the beautiful thing about hydroponic plants is that you can grow these all season. You just pick it off and eat it. It's pretty nice and clean. And so let's go and try it out. Okay, here is a closer look at the pod. Doesn't look too crazy. The one on the plant, there's a few of them that are very, very large, much bigger than this, and I'm saving those for hot sauce later. So we're going to try these here. Man, I should have worn gloves, but anyway, I always forget. So let's take a look inside and see what it looks like. Maybe I shouldn't take off the stem because that's a good place to hold it. Okay, so there it is right there. Wow, look at that, guys. Nice thick wall. And you see the seeds collected right. Look at all this oil. Look at all the oil. It's kind of like glistening in there. And I could smell it from here, pretty far away. Let me take a sniff at this real quick. Man, that smells very, very hot. So like 7-pot, you have that nice, hot, steamy smell, fume. It doesn't have any floriness in there, which I really prefer. So, man, this thing is going to be really, really hot. Look at that wall, guys. It's so thick. This is an excellent variety for, salsa and stuff like that because it's kind of nice and thick. And as usual, I can't handle super hot like most people. I just love growing them and making things. But I'll try my best to eat a little bit and tell you, kind of describe the flavor. So, let's try it out. Okay, this is the chocolate Primotalii. So let's give it a smell real quick again. Nice, pleasant 7-pot smell. You know, it does have the same fume and heat as many of the 7-pot varieties. Wow. Okay. So before I try this, just one thing I want to mention. Every time I grow plants in hydroponic, as opposed to the soil, the hydroponic plant is always hotter. So this is going to be very hot. So let's give it a try. Wow. Very nice flavor. Nice and sweet. The heat is very slow. Excellent flavor. Okay. Wow. It's kind of like, you know, slowly building up. And as the saliva starting to come out and you swallow, all the heat collected right here in my throat. Nice tongue burn. I ate a very small piece. Great flavor. So yeah, the heat is definitely slow. This is a slow build, so it's almost like a surprise. So if you you think it wasn't hot, you eat another piece, that might hurt. Wow. Definitely gonna be very good in salsa. Hot sauce, of course. Anytime I scratch my head, that means I'm sweating from up here and it's getting really hot. I still can't picture how people just pop the whole thing in the mouth and eat it. It's just so hot. So every time I eat super hot, my saliva kind of thickens up, and sometimes it kind of like, you know, pop in my throat and it hurts so bad. I wouldn't say this is the hottest I've had, but I wouldn't know because I haven't tried it all the way to you know, the placenta area. That's where it holds all the heat and the oil and stuff like that, and that's where the heat is. Wow, this is a good one. I'm glad I cloned it because now I have multiple plants. The clones that I'm gonna make, I'm gonna plant it outside. My season is very long, and so 2 to 3 months, maybe 4 months, I'll, you know, be fine. But when I grew this in hydroponic, it did take around 3 to 4 months to fruit. It's a beautiful plant. It produced like crazy. I mean, there's flowers everywhere. There were a lot of drops in flowers because of my hydroponic system. I don't really tend to it too much. Sometimes I don't check pH. I don't check any balance. I keep adding nutrients, and when you do that, it's kind of bad. So it dropped a lot of the flowers. If I had grown it outside in a pot and really tend to it, I'm gonna get a ton of beautiful pods. Anyway, it is very, very hot. Yes. Is it hotter than a Reaper? I really don't know. It could be not. I don't know. But the flavor is great. It's nice and sweet. Has a really nice aroma of that 7-pot aroma. Kind of remind me of a really, really hot Scotch bonnet too. Oh, yeah. Good thing I held it by the stem because I keep touching my face. But definitely seek out some seeds, grow this. When you grow them, they could be the hottest. But these crosses are really nice. I try to grow a new one every season. Oh, one more thing. There's no bitterness to this, which is great. There's a lot of chocolate pods that when you eat them, it does have a slight bitterness, which I kind of like. But this one doesn't. It's pretty much a lot. There's a lot of flesh because it's really thick wall, so there's a lot of juice. And there's a lot of heat, a lot of sweetness, and it's just a very refreshing pepper, but super hot, refreshing peppers, if that makes sense. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.